Good morning, Rich here. Another video for the Suffolk Crunch. Out on the dog walk, bit of an overcast morning. First thing, please like this video, please subscribe. Shirt competition has closed. At JC_ITFC was the shirt winner. He has contacted me. He will be collecting his shirt at the Fulham game. We had over 350 people entered, which was absolutely brilliant. So thank you for everybody who's entered. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed. We'll be doing more giveaways hopefully throughout the season. Anyway, the point of this video is obviously to look back at yesterday's wonderful occasion at Portman Road. Ipswich 0, Liverpool 2. I think the scoreline for me is absolutely irrelevant. Talking to some people yesterday morning. For me, yesterday, I know we want to get a result, but we knew that we were up against it. It was more, for me, a celebration of the hard work that we've put in over the last 2 years to get our football club back to where we all want to be. So for me, yesterday, I wasn't really that concerned about the result. I just wanted a performance, and I think we all must admit that we got that. You know, they left every drop and every ounce of sweat and everything out on that field, and we should all be just so proud of the effort that we had yesterday. And I know for 45 minutes we were in the game, and I'll go into depth hopefully a little bit in a little bit, but you've got to understand that we're playing probably one of the top teams in the Premier League and in world football, the stature of Liverpool Football Club. What I will touch on is the pathetic support yesterday from Liverpool fans. I mean, 3,000. Obviously now we have to give more up of the allocation. So silent. We hear about the fantastic Liverpool fans. Didn't hear. Am I being harsh? I don't think I am. We've had teams from League One, teams from the Championship come down and made more noise than one of the biggest teams in British football. So as for your fan support, Liverpool, pathetic yesterday. Pathetic. Got to do better. And another thing, I'm having a little whinge here. First thing I spotted yesterday, walking down by the bus station, there he was, half and half scarf sellers. And there were so many people with half and half scarves on yesterday. 15 quid selling them for a fiver after the game. Nah, not for me. They can get in the bin. So if you bought one of them, nah, they're not my cup of tea. And they never ever will be, along with signs begging for player shirts. I didn't see any of them yesterday. What I did see was when I got in the stadium, went in the fan zone, got in the ground early, was a sea along the touchline of cameras, people. Michael Owen, Darren Bent was there, Crouch was there for TNT with Joe Colt. There was just so many. Martin Reuter, another one, he was there. So many TV stations covering town, and it's amazing when you see it and the transformation of just our brilliant football club. But yeah, getting onto the game. So I was driving to the game and I had a message. So I normally get a little bit of a steer on what the team will be from a certain person, because they know someone within the club. And he tells me Christian Walton's playing. And I'm like, surely not. Kieran said yesterday in his presser, no new injuries. Well, he's a great poker player, isn't he, Kieran McKenna? Because obviously Aro Muric had picked up a calf injury in the week. He had a fitness test yesterday morning, and he failed it, unfortunately. But Christian Walton came in, and it's like McKenna said after the game, there is your example of a player ready to play. He hasn't played in the league since, put my teeth in, he hasn't played in the league since Fleetwood. Well, he played a minute last season. Obviously, Halaki was great. But he hasn't played in the league since the last day of the League One season away at Fleetwood. Then obviously had the injury. Came in yesterday. Different class. I thought he was... This is where I am with Christian Walton. I think he's a really, really good goalkeeper. But I was speaking to one of my friends last night. He's an old school goalkeeper. He's good. Commands his area. Came for his crosses yesterday. Punched a few away from set pieces. The thing that lets him down and why he won't be number one at Ipswich Town is when the ball's at his feet. he doesn't, for my money, look comfortable with the ball at his feet. He's a little bit sort of you're always a little bit worried when you see the ball go back to him, because he has to take that extra touch and he's not comfortable. But I thought he done okay yesterday. He done okay with his feet. His all-round goalkeeping was excellent yesterday, and he's probably saved us from, in the second half, probably another couple of goals. The best bit of goalkeeping he done was in the first half. I think when it's Wolfie's poked that ball back and Luis Diaz looks favourite, and he comes out and he knows he's probably going to get one in the face, and he dives bravely at his feet. But yeah, the lineup, it was obviously I'm waffling here. Could be a long video. Muric was obviously in goal. Twanzebe, Wolfie, who I'm going to speak about Luke Wolfling in a minute. Jacob Greaves, Leif Davis, Masson, Morsey, Wes Burns, Amari, Chaplin, Liam Delap. That was our first starting 11 in the Premier League. Obviously Liverpool had all the stars out. Great. It's great to see him up close, and yeah, obviously. And in the first half, I thought Town really went at Liverpool, and we defended really well. Defended our set pieces really well, because I think they had probably 7 or 8 corners in that first half. We dealt with them really well. And then I thought we had a really good structure. When we could break out, we had Amari, I thought was good. A couple of situations where he's got in. There was one on the left-hand side. I think he's ball out. I think it was Davis or Chaplin, can't remember. Just underhit it. I think in them moments against these top teams, you've got to be clinical. You've got to pick that pass. But yeah, we could break out. Liam Delap yesterday, I mean, brilliant. He can only get better. He's only been here, 6 weeks, a month under McKenna. He is strong. He can hold the ball up. He's quick. And if you look at that game yesterday, obviously Slot wasn't very happy with Liverpool's performance in the first half. And I think this has gone a little bit under the radar. The substitution of Konza to bring Konate on, because Delap was owning Konza. There was the one over by, in front of the visiting supporters there, where he's turned him and got away from him. But he was strong, and it was just a shame that this is where we are at the minute. We've got no George Hurst. Delap's run his socks off, but then when you make that change, and it was nice to see Ali Al-Hamadi come on, obviously the first Iraqi to play in the Premier League. But for me, he's way off it. We need better. He would be going out on loan as far as I'm concerned. I thought he struggled. He got offside 3 times. I think he'll be an asset going forward for the football club, but I think where we are at the minute in the Premier League, you need that like for like substitution. When we've seen it before, when they've run their race, you need that player coming on to continue that work. And maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on Ali, because we didn't really get the ball second half, because we really struggled. But I think Town will dip into the market there. But yeah, first half, excellent. And if you look at it overall, we probably had the better chances. There was the Greaves header. Twanzebe had another header. The one where we broke out with Amari, when we've nicked the ball, you needed a Wes Burns there on that right hand side, because he wants to come back in on that left foot, and he's like come back into sort of traffic, and he jinks past a couple, has a shot, and Allison saves it. If it's Wes there, I think he's direct and he runs at goal. But yeah, first half, I think we're all really happy when they win in. But you are knowing at the back of your mind that Liverpool have got such quality in their team, and I think we see it second half. They did step it up. Quickly talk about the referee. So I think at the time, when you're in the stadium, you're a little bit frustrated. The Wolfenden yellow for me is definite yellow right in front of us, pulled him back. They didn't show the Amari one on Match of the Day. The Wes Burns one is a little bit naughty, because he stands right on the back of his heel. He's lucky there a little bit later on. It's literally 2 yards from where I'm sitting, and I was on Match of the Day, by the way, me and the boys. The deliberate handball from Wes. I think it's Andy Robertson. Well, it might be Luis Diaz. I can't remember. So much went on yesterday, hang on. The dog's trying to get a dead mouse. Go on, go away. Go on, Poppy. Go on. Anyway, yeah, they've got away from him. Wes has deliberately handballed it. That, for me, was another yellow card. The referee's not giving it to him. So Tim Williams, I think, was the ref. But there was a lot of people getting frustrated around me when Liverpool done them little fouls. The thing is, you've got to be a bit more cuter, because the Town fouls, they probably are yellow cards when you look back on it, whereas the Liverpool ones, they're very clever. They can break up play. They do them little fouls just to stop the flow of the game, and they're probably not yellow cards if we're being honest. So I didn't think the ref was too bad. I think we would have had a penalty if they didn't actually show it on Match of the Day. There's a few things they didn't show. Liam Delap fouled by Konate. Davis is, his shoulder's offside. He is offside. I think the ref's going to give it. I think they said the referee was mouthing to Van Dijk. What a colossus he is. What a specimen of a man he is, by the way, Virgil van Dijk. Blimey. He was going to give the penalty, but he was offside. And then, in that moment, that first 15 minutes of second half, you could sense the goal was coming. We just couldn't get the ball. Could not get the ball. And in the end, I know, look, you can be critical and you can look, it's pointing the dog's where to go. You can look at Leif Davis, maybe his body shape's in the wrong position, he sort of stops, but it's an absolutely wonderful ball by Trent inside the fullback. Just checking where they're going. Yeah, it's a wonderful ball. He's threaded it through the needle. Salah, who was really, really quiet, obviously in the first half, comes to life, crosses it in, and Jota finishes it. There was a header, weren't there, before Jota should have scored when he nods it wide. Great cross by Trent. But yeah, the goal was coming. Guys! Bella! This way. Sorry about the whistling. Come on. So yeah, live on the dog walk. Yeah, the goal was coming. Jota finishes it, and then Kieran's right. You just have to hang in the game there. Don't give that second goal. And look, they've got the quality. It's all right saying it, innit? But when you're playing these teams of this ability, they can cut you to shreds. And it's a little. He plays a little 1-2. It's a little bit unlucky for Leaf. Sort of deflects off him into the path of Salah, and then he finishes it. It's 2-0. Then you're thinking, let's not get embarrassed here. It could have got a bit messy. We've defended really well. Walton's done some good saves, some great clearances. And 2-0, I think, at the end, on reflection. It's a fair scoreline. But for 45 minutes, Town have shown there that they can compete in this league. And there'll be teams not of the quality of a Liverpool. I think Liverpool will finish top 3, if I'm honest. I think we can compete in this division. It's them moments when you give them chances that you've got to be clinical and take them, that we've just got to brush up on. But Kieran knows that, you know, it's the first day. It's a learning experience, and we'll be learning all through the season, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, let's look at the players. Let's give them a mark. Christian Walton, excellent. I thought he was really, really good. I'll give him a 7.5. Axel, really steady over on the right there. Give him a 7. 2 centre-backs for me were our best players, and I think it's a toss-up, really. The sponsors obviously gave Jacob Greaves the man of the match. He's going to be a really good player for this football club. Won everything in the air. He's quick. He can pass the ball. He got forward there right in injury time. Could have grabbed himself a goal. I think he'll probably get 2 or 3 goals from set pieces. He can win them headers. Him and Wolfie, who a lot of people... I think Luke Wolfenden, personally, gets a little bit of unfair criticism for Town. I don't know if it's because he's come through the academy. It's because maybe he's a bit laid back with his style. That's how he is as a character, and he's not going to change, and he shouldn't change. And for someone who got booked, I think, after, 5 or 6 minutes, on his Premier League debut, he managed himself really, really well there, and he didn't get in any more trouble, because another foul, and he's probably going off the pitch, isn't he, with a red card. So Wolfie for me, him and Greaves 8s, and Wolfie's for me. I'm a little bit blue tinted glasses maybe. I'm a massive Luke Wolfenden fan. I think he deserves a shot at the Premier League. Been at the club since I think he was a 6-year-old. Dark days under previous managers, previous owners, but now he's a Premier League footballer and he can be really, really proud, I think, of his performance. Leaf, yeah, he got caught out, but you're playing against world-class players. He gets a 7. Two in the middle, both 7s. I thought, to be honest, I thought Mass was absolutely outstanding first half. I thought he was really, really good. And maybe run out a bit of legs. And maybe as a team we run out of legs a little bit. But it's like I say, that first 15 minutes of the first half, when you're chasing the ball, you can't get it, it's hot, it takes it out of you, not just physically, but mentally as well. And that's maybe where you switch off on that first goal for Jota. But yeah, I'll give them both 7s. Wes Burns, I thought Wes done all right. It's unfortunate. He seems to be picking up these injuries. It could be, it's obviously a hamstring. Kieran said he's got to go and have a scan. So it's another blow. It's another injury with Hurst and Broadhead already out that you probably don't want. He gets a 7. Connor Chaplin, I thought he struggled, if I'm being honest. Periphery of the game, but it was hard, wasn't it? I'll give him a 6. 7 for Amari. Liam Delap, excellent. I'll give him an 8 as well. He was in me top players yesterday, and I like what I see. And then off the bench, yeah, they all done okay, but it's nice to see Sammy Smodics. He obviously didn't use Calvin Phillips yesterday because can't use him against City next week at the Etihad. I'm actually on the Blue Moon podcast Wednesday lunchtime, so I'll let you know where you can view that. But yeah, because he obviously can't use Calvin, so he obviously brought Jack Taylor on. Another one for me, gives the ball away too much. Can't do that in this league. He's always looking to play forward. I like Jack Taylor. Maybe he goes with a 3 in midfield next week at the Etihad, so he got some minutes, and then Calvin can have a couple of weeks training. Probably, I would have thought he will make his debut at AFC Wimbledon. I would have thought in the Carabao Cup, and then looking forward to Fulham probably for his league debut. But yeah, off the bench, Harness, thought he'd done okay. It's just a shame when he brought Taylor and Harness on, and then within literally a minute they'd probably not touched the ball and we're 2-0 down. But look, all in all yesterday, it was a brilliant occasion. Brilliant display by Blue Action. When the teams come out, I know there's a few people moaning saying they couldn't see the pitch. I think we're nitpicking a little bit there, if I'm honest, because I thought it was great. The colour was brilliant. Spoke to Darren Bent yesterday. He reckons Town are finishing 10th. Not sure about that, Darren, but we'll take it. But all in all, yeah, it was a fantastic occasion. When I walked away from that stadium, just one word, proud. Just so proud. Had a few tears when the teams come out because missing people who should be there are no longer with us, and for what we've achieved as a football club. But yeah, all in all, a brilliant day. Town have made their debut back in the Premier League. Match of the day last night, we had the first game on. Joe Hart, you need to scrub up, mate. We did lose a home game last season to Leeds, so that was your debut on Match of the Day. You need to be better. We have a weird dynamic there. Shearer with the analysis, and then Joe Hart, nah, not for me. He can only get better. But yeah, Town back in the big time. Need a good week's training. Hopefully Jens Kayuste, he can get over the line. We can get him in, have him available for Saturday at the Etihad. Yeah, but all in all, just proud. Leave your comments, what you made of the day, if you watched at the stadium or you watched on TV. And I'll see you on the next video. All the best.